Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Farah Aini binti Idris, and in this video, I will present about my final year project entitled Integration of Web-based e-booking and monitoring system with Smart Key for University Application. My supervisor is Dr. Nur Farina binti Zainal, and my panels are Professor Madya Dr. Fariza binti Muhammad and Dr. Malia binti Muslim. For the introduction, the usage of new digital technology using the IoT based on the booking and monitoring of the key system is still lacking nowadays. So this project was conducted to improve the traditional key booking system with the help of the IoT technology. So what is the web-based key booking and monitoring system? It is a system that allows the student and staff to book the keys instantly through a web page or mobile application, and the administrator can control and monitor the status of the keys from the web page database. So the basic concept of the project is to create a key booking website and mobile application which use a database that integrates with a smart key that can read data from a sensor to detect the existence of a key. There are three main problems that can happen in the traditional key booking system. So the keys may lost due to mistakes done by users. Since the loss due to poor management system, it will cost money to change the locks and keys for the assets those keys access. And the third one is it is waste of time for the users to go to the office without knowing about the key availability. There are three objectives for this project. The first one is to design and build an automated and real-time web-based facility key booking and monitoring system using IoT technology as to replace the manual system. The second one is to develop the integration of an IoT-based system that includes key booking and monitoring web page with the smart key sensing element. And last is to test the functionality of the integration of IoT-based system with the real-time online mobile alert notification. For the scopes of project, the first one is to develop and provide the key booking system, tracking and monitoring for managing the keys, for example, that can be applied to FPE buildings such as meeting rooms. Second is Arduino software was used to simulate the coding to the circuit for the IM sensor and LED as an indicator for the key status, and the Node MCU ESP32 acts as a microcontroller. The third one is Ionic framework was used to design the interface and for publishing web content on websites and mobile application. And the user database will be stored by using the cloud file store. Next is the methodology. So this is the block diagram of overall system. There were two parts, which are the smart key and the web-based facility system itself. So for the smart key the microcontroller used was not MCU ESP32, and the input connected to the microcontroller were the sensor and the keypad, and the output from the microcontroller were the LED, LCD, and the solar clock. Next, the microcontroller was connected to the cloud file store through the internet, and the cloud file store were connected to the booking and monitoring web-based facility system also via the internet. The explanation for the booking and monitoring web-based facility system will be explained on the next slide. Next is the project of key-booking and monitoring system, and this system starts with a login page. The user need to enter the email and password on that page, and if the entered email is for student or staff, it will go to the user main page, and on that page there will be three execution functions. The first one is the keys. To select the keys, and it will go to A. Second one is the my booking. To check the booking verification status, and it will go to B. And lastly is the logout function. For the admin, if the admin has successfully logged in, it will go to the admin main page, and there will be four execution functions on the page. So the first one is the manage keys page. So the admin can choose to add new keys or delete unused keys on this page. Next is the request. To approve or cancel the booking request from the user, and you will go to C. Next is the history. To check the history, to check the booking history. And lastly is the logout function. So the A, B, C, and D will be explained on the next page. Okay, so basically this is the flowchart for the user. Okay, so from A, the user can make the room selection, date selection, time selection, and then to submit the booking request to the admin. And on the B, the user can check the verification status and to cancel the booking by clicking the delete button. So this is the flowchart for the administrator. So from C, the admin can check booking details and cancellation status of user, and the admin can verify the booking request by clicking the approve button, and notification will be sent to the user. The admin can also reject the request by clicking the delete button, and the notification for the cancellation will be sent to the user. So from D, the admin can check the history whether the user has returned the keys or not. So if the user has not returned the keys, a reminder notification will be sent to the user. Next is the results and discussion. So the results obtained from this project can be divided into four. The first one is the smart key rack to store the keys and is operated with Node MCU ESP32, IR sensor, LCD, keypad, 5-volt relay, solenoid lock, and 12-volt adapter. Second is the user interface of smart key booking application for user. Third is the user interface of smart key booking and application for administrator. And lastly is the cloud file store to store the data of the users, key booking activities, and the data of the keys. For results 2, 3, and 4, I will explain more in the demonstration video. Okay, so the first result is the smart key rack. So figure A shows the front door for the key rack, and it has the LCD and the keypad. And figure B shows the inside cabinet of the smart key rack, and it has 3 IR sensors, 3 keys, and a solenoid door lock. Next, figure C shows the green LED lights up when all the keys are available. And on figure D, the green LED on sensor 2 turn off when the keys is removed. As for the conclusions, this web-based facility has been developed using Ionic framework and cloud firestore database, and it can be operated automatically without any manpower required. The IoT-based system that was integrated with the smart key rack sensing element has been developed and programmed by using HTML5, and Arduino IDE software was able to work synchronously. And last is the real-time online monitoring system via mobile application that is integrated with key detector has been developed and functioning well, and users are able to receive alert notification via mobile phone. For the recommendations, there are 3 recommendations that can be included in the system for further improvement. The first one is the user interface for smart key booking application can be improved by adding the counter feature on the admin's request tab to count the number of requests received by the admin. Second is the hardware part can be improved by using a tactile keypad type, which offers users to key in the passcode more easily. And lastly is to add the emergency button on the key rack that also will work synchronously with the web page. That's all from me. Thank you. Okay, the system starts with a login page. The user is required to enter the email and password. If the user enters an incorrect email or password, an error message will pop up. The user can only successfully enter the system by using the correct email and password. Two tabs are provided for the users, which are the keys and my bookings. And this is the icon that functions as a logout button. To boot the keys, the user need to click on the keys tab and it will go to this key list page. So under the keys name, you can see the status of the keys, whether it is available or not. So to boot the keys, the user need to click on the key name, for example the meeting room 1. So the user can choose the date here For example, today is 16 January and I want to book the keys at 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. So after I click on the 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. time slot, the booking will go to the My Bookings tab. So to view the booking request, you need to click on the My Bookings tab and it will show the details of the booking, such as the username, the key name, the date and time, and also the passcode. Although the user has received the passcode during the booking process, it can only be used within the booking time frame. For example, if I enter the passcode now, the access will be denied. User can check the verification status on the same page, and under the status there is the delete button for the user to cancel the booking. For the admin needs to log in by using the email for the admin, and it will go to the admin area that have 4 tabs, which are manage keys, request, history and admins. So if the admin clicks on the manage keys, it will go to this key list page that allows admin to add new keys or delete any unused keys. So to add the keys, the admin can click on the add keys button and the admin can key in any key names. For example, key 1, and the admin can submit. As you can see, the key 1 name is already registered in the list, and to delete the keys, the admin can simply click on the delete button and the keys will be removed. The request tabs allows the admin to either approve or reject the booking request by the user. For example, if I click on the request tab, it will display the booking request made by the user just now. So to approve the booking request, the admin can simply click on the approve button and automatically the request will be transferred to the history tab, as you can see here. After the admin has approved the booking request, the alert notification will pop up to alert the user that the request has been approved. For the admin tab, it will be directed to the user list page, in which the admin can delete any users or assign another user to be one of the admins. So for example, if the admins want to delete the user, you can simply click on the delete button here. If the admin want to assign another user to be one of the admin, you can simply switch on the toggle switch here. So now if I enter the passcode, it will open the door. Finally, 10 minutes before the booking time is up, a reminder will be sent to the user to return the key. So for the Cloud Firestore database, this is the authentication page that shows the users in the system. So there were 3 users, and each users will be given their user unique ID that were generated automatically by the system. On the Firestore database tab, it will show the data for the keys, the user request activities, and the data for the users. For the keys, each keys will be given their own unique ID. So in the system, there were 3 keys, And for example, this unit ID was meant for meeting room 1, and this is for meeting room 2, and this is for discussion room login. And on the user request, it will store the user request activities, and the system will store the data for the user request based on the passcode. And if you click on each code, it will show the details of the booking. So for the users tab, it will save the data for the users, and for this unit, and for example, this unit ID will show the details for this user.